We all know that the NFL Pro Bowl is a popularity contest. The one you really want to go get is the All Pro. And we remember that Amon-Ra St. Brown a few years ago was snubbed from the Pro Bowl, and he took that personal. And now we can say the same thing about Kerby Joseph, one of the, if not the best safety in the National Football League, especially when it comes to being that free safety. And he was snubbed out of the playoffs, and he is upset about it. We all upset about it, but it is a popularity contest. Not only is it voted by the fans, but it is also voted by coaches and general managers to put guys in the Pro Bowl. Now, I would assume that you cannot vote for anybody on your team. Dan Campbell was on 97.1 The Ticket yesterday or whatever day it was, and he mentioned that he votes for guys that he's seen, that either they've played against or he's seen in cross tape, and he's able to legitimately vote for them. Now, Kerby Joseph is not on the list, which is unfortunate, especially when you see who actually made the list. And Kerby Joseph is doing better this year than the individual that was. But the players that made it from the Detroit Lions roster, the offense, of course, our offense is the #1 offense in the league. And we've got Jared Goff. I believe he is the starting NFC quarterback, was never going to win MVP, but finally got those votes. I think his voting was up there. I think he was 5th in total voting for the Pro Bowl. We got Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, so 2 offensive linemen. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then if you go to the other 2 players we got Jack Fox on special teams and Brian Branch on defense. Now, I didn't look. I'll look and see who the kicker is for the NFC on their team, who the starting kicker is, because, I mean, Jake Bates is literally one of the best kickers, if not the best kicker currently in the National Football League. This is the NFC. The place kicker is Brandon Aubrey. Wow, he's pretty good. But I think Jake Bates might be having a better year. But I guess, you know what? They had to cut it off at some point. But if we look right here, the free safety is Xavier McKinney. Kerby Joseph is having a better year. He's got 9 interceptions it's funny because Xavier got one on Sunday, and then Kerby got 2 on Monday. But I think the Pro Bowl voting was already cast, and at that time, both of the safeties had 7 interceptions apiece. So Kerby Joseph was no doubt snubbed, and there's no doubt some incentives that he's going to use or miss out on because he did not make it to the Pro Bowl. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you are drafted in the first round and you make the Pro Bowl, your 5th-year option goes up. Like, the price that your team pays goes up based on your 5th-year option. So it is quite unfortunate that Kerby Joseph is not in the Pro Bowl. However, I know that he is going to use this as fuel. Same way Amon-Ra St. Brown did it. And I remember very specifically when St. Brown, because I think it was last year that St. Brown was snubbed, because he went the year before that, because remember we saw him and his brother doing the games. But I think that he was snubbed last year, but he got the call for All-Pro. Hopefully Kerby gets something very similar. Let's take a look. This is coming from ML Football. Kerby Joseph says is the best safety in the league and was not a Pro Bowler. I agree. He has 9 interceptions, #1 in the league, 77 total tackles, 54 solo tackles, which means that a third of his tackles are made by himself. He's got, obviously, the 23 assisted, which you make a team tackle. He has 1 touchdown, the pick 6 from the Packer game, and 4th best odds to be Defensive Player of the Year. I agree with all of that. Should be first, in my opinion, to make. It's funny because it would be only right to me if Kerby was able to take Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, if I took Defensive Player of the Year, I could care less about the Pro Bowl, and it would be fitting because Aiden Hutchinson was going to take that honor home. And it's kind of weird, man, not seeing him on this list, because the dude was on his way to probably – Aiden Hutchinson had 7.5 sacks in however many games. I don't think even a third of the season had passed yet. So I think that he probably would be on pace for 20. Aiden would have at least 20, in my opinion. At least. He's been hurt for 80 days, and I think he would have at least 20 sacks, and he would be the league leader by a mile. I think the league leader right now is 14 or some odd sacks. I think Hutch would have at least 20 in my opinion. So Kerby Joseph snubbed. I know he's going to use this as fuel, as he should. I would as well, because it is truly a popularity contest. I am glad to see 7 of our guys there, because I remember that 2021 season, like, we didn't even get close. I don't even know if any Detroit Lion was on the ballot, but shout out to the Lions, man. That's what happens when you win. When you win, especially when you win in prime time, you start to get noticed by not only other players, but the fans as well. So the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, but I know that these guys take it personal. I mean, I would too. It's just like, I don't know, if we're making YouTube videos and, you know, you never get any love or something like that. Or let's say you are the #1 Detroit Lions independent YouTube channel and you don't get any love from anybody outside of the fan base, which is the most important. But nobody asks you to be on their show. Nobody ever comes to you, you know. So I understand. And I think that the Detroit Lions are, I think I'm so proud to have this team, even when our bad years. This team is a extension of this city. And Dan Campbell, when he said it in his opening press conference, this team is going to take on the identity of the city. I think that is so true for Detroiters, how hard we work, what we have to do to get what we have, and what we have to do to keep what we have, right? So Kerby Joseph should no doubt be in the Pro Bowl. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, when you're accused of being a dirty player and stuff like that, that could come back to hurt you. I don't believe that Kerby is dirty by any means, but it reminds me of, you know, Terrell Owens, of how he was always looked at a certain way, and it kept him out of the Hall of Fame for a very long time. So anyway, Kerby Joseph, man, you are in the Pro Bowl in my eyes. And you know what? We're going to move past that, because you still got All-Pro. You still got Defensive Player of the Year. We still got a division title, an NFC conference title, and a Super Bowl. And all of this to be an ancient history by the time that happened. So anyway, shout out to Kerby Joseph, man, and the rest of the Lions that made the Pro Bowl. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You can be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.